I like the idea that it's like, oh, wow, Dave, you're back. And Dave was out 1 week, and then we went like 3 weeks without Ryan.
Yeah, I'm a little bit less missable sometimes. It's okay.
No, I don't think that at all. I don't think
I
definitely missed you more than Dave.
Hey, Mike, Dave's in the room.
No, he's not. See, that's the fun thing about Skype, is that I can still talk to you guys, but you're not in the actual physical room with me, so I can still be a total dick to you.
Welcome to Word Rango, the game show where dictionary definitions produce knowledge and comedy. 4 words enter, 1 word leaves, and is crowned champion. Our steely nerve competitors, a writer, another writer, a voice actor, and that other guy. And now it's gloves off. And set your dictionaries to fun. It's time for Word Rango. Here's your host, Mike Suzek.
Welcome to Word Rango. My name is Mike Suzek. Every week, we deliver 4 words, their definitions, and roughly an hour of just fun and shenanigans and comedy. It's always great. It's always worthwhile. I think we're going to have a great episode this week, like we usually do, I guess. I'm joined by Bob Ball.
Ding dong! Bob Ball here, secret weapon against Ebola.
Oh, man.
That was the delivery.
Yeah, to the Ebola.
You said delivery, so I delivered.
Is Ebola a house? You're like, bing bong, doorbell on Ebola the household. I got comedy for you, piping hot delivery comedy.
That's Rusty Davenko.
Hi, I am a locally owned web man.
and Ryan Lewis.
Guys, 4 words, not backwards. I think someone got the wrong memo.
Yeah, that's true. 4 words. Yeah, that's great. I like that actually a lot.
Pun-based humor. We bring it.
That's going on our mouse pads that we're giving away.
Are we doing just pun-based humor tonight?
Yeah, fun-based humor. Ideally, I guess. But yeah, we have some definitions to dish out. We got a lot of guesses that we got to do. It's going to be good. Dave, welcome back.
Thank you.
Sorry,
I missed last week. I was in the wilds of Africa, just indiscriminately slaughtering wildlife. So, you know how I got to do that once a year.
Elephants,
chopping everything up you see, right?
Actually, I think they're called rhinos when it's plural. Rhinos, reens.
No,
I don't know. Jokes.
Rhinestones.
We're off to a fucking wonderful start this week.
Dave, you've been gone 1 week and you're just like, whoa,
Jesus, I'm just rusty as hell, man.
Sweating.
Did you like?
See, I thought you were going to go the other way, that like your maiden name was Ebola.
Did you?
That you were just going over there slaughtering
Bob,
people.
I'm going to need you to stop with the Ebola talk, okay?
Yeah, a little too close to home there, Bob.
Yeah.
Ding dong! I'm looking for the Ebola of the house.
And Dave, did you trade away all of your jokes for some black tar heroin or something?
No. When I was over there, I was trying to settle some places, and I was trading 4 sheep for a wood. Nobody wanted to take that trade, so I was like 2 brick for a stone. Catan humor, basically. Catan humor.
I got wood for sheep. Wood for sheep. Anybody?
Oh, it never gets old.
If you could apply it to the Oregon Trail, I feel like I could better get that.
Well, he was on the Oregon Trail.
Yeah, the Oregon Trail.
Fucking slaughtering people left and right.
Yeah, and I was trying to find my kidney, which wound up somewhere in Africa for some reason.
Yeah,
makes sense.
You got to low-jack your organs, guys. Low-jack your organs.
So, Dave, we need to get you warmed up, clearly.
All right.
And since you were out last week, I want you to kick us off. You get first word this week. Dave, what's your word?
All right, cool. My word this week is boyangs.
Wow. He was gone last week because he was finding the perfect word.
Yeah, it took me 2 weeks to track down this just wonderful.
You went to the
word.
fucking word dojo for this one. Holy shit.
Yeah, I had to climb a mountain, get into some old lady's hut where she made me drink some weird tea, and I hallucinated, and then it came to me. It was boyangs.
Ryan, I'm going to have you guess. Mostly, I normally like to mention this at the beginning of the show. You won last week with Rabelasian.
Of course.
So normally we would have you start. Dave was out. I know, Dave,
Sorry.
right? You totally missed. You missed some really good stuff. So Ryan, as a result, you're not getting first word, but I'd like for you to guess. How do you think? What do you think? First off, what do you think the spelling is of boyangs?
Oh, well, boyangs, it's Beaux, Soft J ANGS.
I wish it was. That'd be awesome.
Okay, I know that spelling is wrong because Dave could not hold his attention that long to go through a word that has 15
Dave
letters.
would not be pronouncing this right even after he knew it.
If there's like an X in a word, I just stop. I mean, it's basic crossing signal rules for me. It's like if I get to a word and I find an X, it's like, all right, I'm not crossing this intersection.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go a different way. I find an alternate route. Siri, find a way
There might be
for
a
me.
train. I don't know what's going on.
Yep.
So, like, were you taught at Philly Prep School that if you saw an X in a sentence to stop there and just move on?
To stop immediately, to stop everything, and just
That's
be
like
silent.
it's like abort the sentence. Kind of.
Just close that book and just go get a Philly cheesesteak. That's it.
It's like the equivalent of an eject button in a spy car, basically. So,
So, Dave, really quick, how is Boyangs actually spelled?
well, you'd be surprised. Actually, not at all. It's Bowyangs, Boyangs.
Bowyangs.
Yep. Boyangs.
All right, and Ryan, back to you. What do you think Boyangs means?
Well, so this is kind of little east meets south, not east meets west.
Okay.
So
Starring Ming Tsai. Sorry, I like that cooking show. It's good.
sure. So we all know that in the South, like you have your Southern belles, and that they're always eating peaches and being like, "I'd rather." But they are in pursuit of a man.
Can you give me one more? Just one more.
Well, I do.
They're always like declaring stuff.
Yeah.
I do declare.
They'd be great going through customs.
Just carrying
Nothing but
fucking
declarations.
What are you declaring?
barrels of peaches. Listening to President's United States of America.
Racism.
Oh my god, that's the longest line ever. Longest line ever.
But these Southern belles, they're looking for a man. They're looking for someone to settle down with. They're looking for a beau, right? That's what they're looking for.
Oh yeah.
But the thing is like for every perfect beau for a Southern belle, there's the beau yin and the beau yang. And if they make the wrong choice, like they're in for a lifetime of misery. But if they choose the beau yang to their belle yin, then they'll go together like peaches and Southern belles and live happily ever after. Roll Tide.
I'm amazed that you threw that sort of a definition together in the opening minutes of this show. I mean, that's why I like having you go first, because I know that you're going to conjure up some shit. Like you can imagine that I'm still tripping on what to say here. But yeah, I'm all in on this. First off, I think we need more Southern belles in general. And I'm sure that we probably have people that are listening that live in like the southern parts of the United States are like, oh my God, all the stereotypes. I'm so sick of you motherfuckers that live elsewhere stereotyping us. It's not always that bad. I mean, the Southern belle like stereotype is a really like fun, attractive one for a lot of people.
But
you
like
know?
when did the South declare that they were going to have all the belles? Like, why are belles so exclusive to the South? Like, whatever happened to a nice Asian belle or like a great
happened to the
Antarctic belle? You know,
what happened to the Bivs and the DeVoes, man? Like, where did they go?
they got left by the wayside.
There's probably something I can say here about Bob and being the belle of the ball, but I don't know. It's a good one, right? I mean, like, there's a good pun there.
There's a lot to work with there.
Yeah, there is.
But I mean, the thing is like, I like most of our listeners and you guys, we all watch a lot of SEC football. Who doesn't? But I feel like when you watch like teams like Alabama or like Ole Miss play and stuff,
declare, roll Tide.
so I swear to God, like you look at the stands and like everyone's wearing like these like gingham shirts and shit like that, and they're all just like, well, I do declare this running back's about to score another touchdown. Like just very like prim and proper, and just
I do believe he's averaging 5.5 yards a carry.
Yeah, it's a really weird environment to me to watch those games. But I guarantee you that bowl is chock full of bells. Like when you're watching those games, and, and they have a very refined, proper way of doing things. And I do agree with you that we do need more of those bells. Like we need some northern bells. Like Hey, I do declare, kind of a thing. Like, that's what we need.
Yo, ding dong!
Oh, hey, you
Oh,
declare
yeah.
me? Oh,
As opposed to a southern bell, it'd be ding dong.
Oh, you're talking about actual
He's
bells.
going. Yeah, he went for the doorbell thing.
He went
yeah.
to the doorbell, yeah.
Yeah. I'm all right with that though.
Yeah, it's okay.
No, it's fine. I'm not trying to shut down Bob's joke. That was good. I just it took me a second as well.
Me too, because I'm like, Bob, why are you talking about door?
What
Oh,
the fuck are you talking about?
Oh, bell.
I'm the idiot. Okay.
Yeah. Well, now that we dissected that, Bob, yeah, let's turn right to you. What do you think Bo Yangs means?
Bo Yangs. It's a very serious term relating to having a very serious disease, addiction. Bo Yangs is the process of turning your life around from addiction. I want to be very open about an addiction experience that I had. I don't tell people about this very much because it's a very painful part of my life. But I once had a very serious addiction to the hokey pokey.
Oh God.
And I turned myself around. and friends, that's what it's all about.
oh, that's so terrible. I love it.
I hate you so much.
See, I thought you were going to go the
And
route
end scene.
where it was like, I had addiction problem. I pronounced words, and I thought you were going to go that way. But kudos, Bob. Kudos
Yeah.
on finding a new low.
It really is a new low. Seriously, the only way he could go lower is if it was about limbo. I mean,
Bob is the dig dug of this podcast. Like he gets lower and lower, and when he gets an obstacle in his way, he just blows it the hell up, and he keeps on digging. So,
Bob-
I'm just gonna stick a hose in it and pump.
Bob digs so deep for these jokes that he actually has to call the city to make sure he's not going to hit an electrical line.
I gotta call him 72 hours in advance. That's the law.
Oh man, don't you just picture Bob though? Like he's got his little notebook with him, like anywhere he goes, and he's like listening to the radio, and he's like, tempted by the fruit of another farmer's market. Suzik driving through a farmer's market.
He did do that once. That's right.
Yeah, I like the hokey pokey.
That was good. But
It's
yeah,
pretty addicting.
the hokey pokey, Bob. I mean, but the turn yourself, damn you, just damn you. And what are we supposed to say to that? Oh yeah, the hokey pokey.
I think what you should say is, Bob, thank you. Thank you for that humor. Thank you.
You guys, I would say that he definitely put his whole self into that one, right? Okay, yeah.
All right. Well, I guess.
And now that I'm done, I will take my whole self out.
Good. Thank God.
Insert gunshot here.
No, don't do that. All right, Bo Yangs, me. I will say that the first thing I think of is a legendary athlete, Bo Jackson.
Oh.
Now, then there's the Yangs part.
Right.
Which is the
Bo
Yang
Jackson's
twins, right?
penis.
I was thinking of the sort of yin and yang thing, like Ryan was saying before.
Okay.
And it's kind of funny because that works with Bo Jackson because everybody knows he was phenomenal in both football and baseball. And so
And bowling.
the thing is what people don't know, because you don't know Bo.
Yeah.
What people don't know about Bo Jackson is that he had a split personality disorder. So Bo Yangs is his yin and yang, sort of like he was both a football and a baseball player that had severe mental disorders in regards to his personal well-being was kind of at stake because he was I don't know, fuck. I'm so stuck on the goddamn hokey pokey. I was about to say that he put his whole self in and then he took his whole self out.
Bob's in your head.
Yeah, god damn you, Bob. But yeah, no, I think Bo Yangs has to do with Bo Jackson and his sort of, he couldn't decide what to do with himself. And yeah, I don't know I think maybe he also, I think when I see Bo Yangs, I also think of Mortal Kombat. So I guess it's sort of like he sold himself to Shang Tsung in order for him to be amazing at both baseball and football.
Well, I mean, that makes sense because, like, Shang Tsung knew he couldn't kill Bo Jackson. He's like, I don't want to engage in Mortal Kombat with him.
Right.
So I'll offer to buy his shit. Like, I mean, he's a human being like anybody else. He likes money. And that was a very smart play on Shang's part. Good on him.
Yeah.
For having the wherewithal.
So, I mean, as a result, basically, I guess Bo Yang's is maybe also his name. When, after it's all done, he gets entered into the Mortal Kombat tournament. So, Bo Jackson is up against Liu Kang and, like, Johnny Cage.
Bo Yang versus Liu Kang. You know, but Bo Jackson, like, he's just going to basically run up and down the arena, just keep avoiding people.
He will,
for
like you're not going to catch him. That's
like
how it works.
Stuff.
It's not how it works. It doesn't matter if Raiden, like, fucking teleports behind him and shit. Like, he's just going to run around him. Because you don't know Bo, and you don't know where he's going to go. And he clearly sold himself to, you know, to be amazing to be a dual athlete unlike any other. So, yeah, Bo Yang is the Mortal Kombat character based on Bo Jackson and his split personality disorder.
I mean, would you say he wanted to be the best like no one ever was? I mean...
the best around,
I suppose.
No one's gonna take him down.
It's a subtle Pokemon thing, but you guys.
It was.
Dave.
I knew that, but I was also thinking maybe you were gonna go with that one song. You know, you're the best around.
No, the song
Nothing's
I went
ever
with
gonna
was the
bring you
Pokemon
down.
theme song because it's the Pokemon theme song.
I know, but that also works for Bo Jackson.
Move on.
No, I want to explore this further, Dave. So like the thing I was saying that was actually on point was the whole you're the best around. No one's ever going to bring you down. Bo Jackson, Tecmo Bowl. There you go. That's Ryan knew where I was going, right, Ryan?
Oh, for sure.
Thanks.
Also, hey, side note, this is a true fact. Bo Jackson, do you know what he does now?
What?
He is a bow hunter. No
Shut
doubt.
up.
Wait, like he hunts down like wild bows and he acquires them?
No, fucking he hunts with a bow. Like his name is Bo and he is a bow hunter, and I feel like he made that decision because his name's Bo and he didn't know what to do after football and baseball, so he's like, what should I do? Well, my name's Bo. There's a bow. Let's go hunt.
Well, he's also probably
not very
training.
intelligent from getting like slammed around for 20 years. So
he's also training for the Mortal Kombat tournament.
He's doing that too. He's gonna bring his bow with him. But no, I mean, I'm not even joking. There was a 30 for 30 on him, and he's fucking a bow hunter now. And I'm like, dude, come on. That's like you being like a Mike Hunter or something like that, or a Dave Hunter.
Okay.
Just go through a phone book. Just sort it by the first name. All them Daves, I'm gonna hunt them down. They will be mine.
I just hunt wild bobs.
It's like my name is Earl Hunter, I guess. Dave, please tell us, what does Bo Yangs actually mean?
Bo Yangs?
I hope this is good, by the way.
It's not. Bo Yangs are a pair of strings or straps secured around each trouser leg just below the knee, worn especially by sheep shearers and other laborers. It has an Australia and New Zealand origin. So, you know, some tough sheep shearing men working the fields. It's like, oh, my pants are baggy. I don't want to hurt a sheep or get it caught in a wood chipper. I might as well cinch them up at the knee where it's most baggy.
Oh, man.
I mean, these things are like, I saw this, and first of all, I was like, oh, God, that word's amazing. Like, I don't give a shit what the definition is. It could
Sure,
be
of
like,
course, yeah.
It could be like Bo Yangs is, you know, a person who gets pleasure out of pulling the plug on coma patients at a hospital. Like, I don't even care. Like, it's Bo Yangs. It's a great word. But yeah, I can't imagine. What the hell even is this? Do people still do that? Do they wear these things?
So now that, as you were describing it, I was having trouble picturing it. If you go into Google image search, it really does. It just basically shows it's like this covering that goes up from the boot, and it looks like around like mid shin. Yeah, you're right. It sort of cinches the pant leg, so it's all. There's no looseness to your pants at the bottom. It is one of the dumbest fucking looking things I've seen. Yeah. There has to be an alternative that's a little more fashionable.
Well, I mean, now with the advent of skinny jeans and hipsterism, it's like the Bo Yang business is non-existent. And I feel real sorry for that segment of
There's also skinny jeans for sheep, so it's already like you don't even need these.
Right. How do you spell it again?
BOWYANGS.
Oh, I kept typing in just BO Yangs, and it's just like all these like they look like Chinese figure skaters.
Yeah, well, they are BO Yangs after you wear them for a day in the field, but yeah.
Oh, dude, these like construction workers wear this shit and stuff. They like cover your boot things. Like, yeah, dude, I've seen these before.
Yeah, but they're just, I feel like, okay, maybe, Dave, if we want to spin this into something more useful, we could talk about how we could try and reinvent Bo-Yangs. You know, maybe add some wings on the side or something.
Well, what about ball yangs? Like, what about a tasteful little strap that you tie like halfway up your ball sack, and it's like... So that way, you know, your big old beanbag doesn't get caught in a wood chipper or chewed off by a sheep, you know, when you're working the fields. It's like,
okay,
hey.
Two things. We already have something like that. They're called pants.
Yeah. This is true. Well, don't we have those nut socks or whatever we made too?
Nut socks.
Yeah. I think we do have nut socks.
But that's
Dave, those were from you dipping your nuts in your friend's shoes.
Yeah, but that's strictly like function. I mean, or fashion. I'm talking about more function. You know, these ball yangs are strictly functional. You know, they don't come in like wonderful Zabaz colors or anything. You can't get your NFL team's branding on there. It's just strictly a strap.
Yeah, we haven't gotten the licensing approved yet for that. So.
Okay. If you take a sheep and you're shoving it into the sheep chipper,
yes,
which that's the vision I have, this sheep chipper. So are you like standing over top of these giant turning fast
well, you
metal
have
teeth?
to, yeah. You pretty much have to.
And if you are,
cover your
A,
nuts.
we should tell OSHA about that, and B, why aren't you seeing your doctor about this elongation of your sack?
Well, he keeps putting
it's like
ball yangs.
It must be
on
like
it,
5 feet long.
Well, it's like those indigenous
long
tribes where you like wear the rings on your neck to make your neck like longer. You know, I've been doing that with my scrotum for years because I was told that a more freer dangling, you know, scrotum is a sign of not only illustriousness and wealth, but also power. So,
Dave, I picture you as the kind of guy where your friend bet you that you couldn't stretch your scrotum out 3 extra feet, and you took him up on it, and you've been doing it for years to win $5. Like, and someday you're gonna have this sweet like Jimmy John sub out of it.
Yep.
You know.
So, Word Angle
out of his
listeners,
sack?
if you actually find an elongated sack arousing, or a sign of wealth and power, email us at wordrango@gmail.com.
At ballyangs@gmail.com.
Also, don't tie a strap around your scrotum because that's how they like neuter
doesn't
sheep
work.
and stuff. So don't do it. It's painful. Don't do it. You
God,
can do it
that
with a rubber
sounds
band,
horrible.
but don't do anything.
Just
Just leave your sack alone. Like pretend it doesn't exist. Don't ever touch it.
Stop
Don't look
heating
at
up
it.
that knife. What are you doing?
I haven't felt more like uncomfortable from a visual since episode 5-ish when Bob introduced priapisms.
Oh,
If you want to talk about prepisms, we can.
We don't. No, we don't. This is definitely up there for me though, or down there, I guess.
Oh,
Let's get to another word. Ryan. I shouldn't sound surprised that I'm asking you. I guess Ryan.
Ryan?
Ryan. What's your word
Here
this
comes
week?
the hot step. What up? Okay. My word this week, because basketball's coming closer, is rejectamenta.
No way. Really?
That's yeah. Oh yeah.
Holy shit. All right.
Like an NBA Jam style.
Yeah. REJECTAME. Wait, no. MA. Reject.
No, you're spelling reject. You're spelling rejectamenta.
Rejectamenta. Yeah?
Rejectamenta.
So it's REJECT. Shit. AMENTA.
You got it.
All right, cool. I spelled it right twice, which means I actually get 75 points.
Yeah.
This is fucking fantastic, but man, Dave, please tell me. I bet you know off the bat.
I know exactly what
you're
this
a
shit is.
basketball. You're a basketball Jones. What's rejectamenta mean?
Actually has nothing to do with basketball. I don't even know why he brought it up. So you know that moment in every Mentos
Hold on.
commercial?
I enjoy when Dave does this, when he says, wait a minute, you're stupid for thinking something.
Yep, that's me.
It's my favorite. Go ahead. Sorry.
So reject a Mentos. You know that moment in every Mentos commercial, like where the guy narrowly avoids like getting pooped on by the bird, or like he gets the girl's number and he's just like Mentos and pops that candy. He's like, awesome. Well, there's a complete like opposite side on the spectrum where there's just some flubby loser who's going around trying to do these things, but every time he fails miserably. And therefore, when he fails, he's forced to eat a lower substandard candy called Rejectamenta. And basically, it's like, yeah, you know, you saw the girl, she was looking at you, you thought she was looking at you, you went over, tried to talk to her, you know, and she was like, oh, no, you're gross, I was looking at the cute guy behind you. And then goes and talks to him, and it's like, oh, Rejectamenta. And then it's like a slide whistle going, and then he like eats his little candy, and then he walks away like Charlie Brown. That is Rejectamenta.
That's the saddest candy, man. Candy shouldn't be sad, but I guess, you know, candy is like universally like a happy thing, you know? Like all the time. It's all sweet. I mean, I guess there are other candies that are sour and they're different types, but still like they're all supposed to be like tasty and fun. Like maybe it is good to have a candy that like just elicits sadness.
Yeah, that puts you in your damn place. Like you need you know what? Everybody's skating by on their candy. Candy's just too nice to everybody. We need a real world candy, one that's going to check you, you know, before you wreck yourself.
Before it wrecks you, yeah. Well, hey, Suzak, I mean, Dave, you weren't here last week, but do you think this is part of the Levinaverse?
Oh, I think it might be. You're right. Ryan, really quick explain to Dave what the Levinaverse is.
Right. Well, so I like to imagine that there's like a lost style or like some kind of like alternate timeline for every choice that you make in life. And there is an alternate universe somewhere where Avril Lavigne's Skater Boy is actually called Scunner Boy because in that universe, also she is a German man inside of a discotheque instead of actually Avril Lavigne.
She was a Scunner Boy.
She was a Scunner Boy, yeah.
We ride scunboards.
I thought you were talking about Adam Levine. That's where I thought you were going, where it's like you're just.
No, that's the universe we actually live in.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Okay, all right, I can dig it. I like it.
So yeah, Rejectamenta. Ryan, you're thinking that has something to do with.
Well, I think that's like that timeline's like the Levinaverse's version of Mentos. It's like fresh ghost, but actually, you know what I picture too is like instead of the slide whistle, this is like. The person being rejected is Rob Schneider, and then the theme song is done by Rob Zombie. So he's like, "Fresh goes better," and then like Rob Schneider's like kind of looking up, like "ee," and he just gets rejected for, and he has his Rejectamenta candy.
Rob Schneider. All right, yeah, Rejectamenta. I like that. It's not what I think it is. I think that Rejectamenta. All right, so you guys know what the Mensa International Organization is, right?
It's like stopping your period.
Yeah, sure. Well, it's also an IQ, like a big IQ test, IQ society. It's a nonprofit that, like, it's revolves around that, and it's open to people that are Mensa, MENSA, Mensa. This is not funny. Thanks.
Yes, if you have multiple people who are in Mensa at the same dinner table, then they are the Menzies.
Yes.
It's an elaborate joke, Mike. Like, Mensa is smart people, and we're being very fucking dumb.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I should have known that this does not work for this podcast specifically whatsoever. But I was thinking that Rejectamenta is someone that is basically so I think that the higher up the chain in high class society, like snooty society, you go, the more you treat others like absolute shit. I think there's this sort of inverse proportion of shit zippers that, like, the higher up in the IQ world you go. And
shit zipper.
And with Mensa. With Mensa,
his zipper's on the wrong side of his pants.
You have like these people that, you know, just are the highest of the high in Mensa, which is sort of a cult, I guess. We're just gonna call Mensa a cult at this point, even though they like issue fucking IQ tests or whatever. They have people. They have the lower IQ people lowest you can probably go that are sort of their servants that they sort of like, they sort of boss around and have them get, grapes to put in their mouths and shit. And they're the rejectamenta. So the rejectamenta are the human servants that the sort of quote unquote inferiors of the Mensa International organization that need to be stopped. First off, what I'm doing is I'm slowly writing a movie in my head starring, Daniel Radcliffe maybe,
and Daniel Day-Lewis.
And Daniel Day-Lewis. And Daniel Day-Kim. And
Daniel San from Karate Kid.
Yes. Didn't we have that whole Dan thing not that long ago?
We should do it again.
Yeah, we should. I enjoyed that a lot. But yeah, I think, maybe we have this movie that helps bring out exactly what's wrong in Mensa. Because, it's not right. It's just
a documentary?
It's a documentary of sorts, but it's a
Trying to
reenactment
expose
documentary.
Mensa.
Yeah, like Mensa Exposed. And it's, Daniel Radcliffe is trying to escape Mensa, but he's kind of stupid at the same time.
This, I keep getting thrown off because you're saying Mensa, and I have in my head Menya, which is like an electronic Celtic band that me and my friend Mark were in back like 10 years ago.
Is that like it's Enya, but it's Menya? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, two dudes.
It's Enya with guys. Yeah,
I like that.
Yeah,
that's a lot.
but it's like house music. It's like do 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 do.
What do we need now, Bob? What do you think?
Hi.
What do you think rejectamenta means?
Well, for a moment it was almost rejectamanta, and that's when you date underwater animals, but not manta rays. It's always rejectamanta. But actually, rejectamanta. There was this one time when I built this time machine.
Okay.
It was a weekend project, no big deal. But when I arrived back in the Middle Ages, because I went backwards and not forwards, I had run out of plutonium and orange juice to run Bertha, or that's what I called the time machine. So I was stuck. After a few weeks of tricking the natives out of their various shiny coinage, I mean, come on, they thought I was a wizard, so taking their cash was not that hard. I had enough monies to buy myself a small, oddly colored castle. So it was about 1,000 square feet, not too terribly roomy, and it was really difficult to keep clean because it had these white limestone walls. But it was my new home base. However, I really needed a long-term solution to my plutonium/orange juice search. So I converted one of the outer windows of the castle to a sales window. What I had an abundance of at that point in time was cows. So I turned the fireplace into a grill, and I opened the first medieval White Castle. "Me lord, would you like a slider? Perhaps an upgrade to the value meal."
Rejectamenta.
And that is rejectamenta.
Yeah, I mean, that's what you just said, a bunch of shit. Yeah, I'm going to talk about White Castle eventually, and then rejectamenta. What does rejectamenta actually mean? Nobody knows in that context.
You've never had that happen to you? Like, it's the time machine, you go back, you trade goods, you sell cows, you buy a White Castle, and, yeah. I mean, what? Of course that's what rejectamenta means.
I guess I'm stuck in my own previous definition because I'm too stupid and I'm busy serving Mensa right now.
Yeah,
so.
why castle gotta be white, though? That's what I want to know. Why it gotta be white?
Caucasian castle. That's what you meant.
Thank you. Thank you.
Castle privilege or something. I don't know.
Privileged castle.
All right. Well,
there has been a lot of castle privilege going around for the last 1,000 years, and I'm sick of it.
I'm so sick of fucking Liechtenstein getting all the castles.
Yeah, what the hell, man? Spread it around.
All right, Ryan. What does rejectamenta actually mean?
Trying to think of my best like Marv Albert impersonation. At the summit, rejectamenta. No, so rejectamenta actually means what it sounds like. It's things or matter rejected as useless or worthless. Rejectamenta! Like, so, like when you come to the hoop, when you're trying to dish the rock into the hole or the can.
Yep.
Don't bring that worthless or useless shit in there. Fucking rejectamenta.
So it's not the act of rejecting though. It's like
It's a noun.
Yeah. Okay. All right. That makes sense.
It's like if you're like just spouting some garbage, like, oh, dude, get that rejectamenta.
Get that
out of here.
rejectamenta out of here. Yeah. Okay. All right. It's good to know how to actually use this because I can already tell I would have used it incorrectly. I would have probably said that I would have rejectamenta'd something, and that's not right.
Well, that's kind of how in my mind I wanted to use it. It does have a very verb-heavy quality to me.
It does,
especially
yeah.
when playing basketball against Dikembe Mutombo.
But you could shout that to Kembe Mutombo. Mapalondo Makamba Jean-Jacques Mutombo.
Ik pre olumu.
So it's just like, rejectamenta!
Yeah.
As he dunks over top of you.
Probably. Yeah. So, I
Yeah,
mean,
that's probably true.
still, when you yell it, it's a lot more convincing.
Mm-hmm.
All right. I totally dig that. It's a good definition. I'm into it.
I mean, it's no, like, fucking thing you put around your boot or your sock or your balls or whatever we
balls.
figured out a booyang was, a boyang.
Boyang.
But, you know.
No, it's good. I'm into it. Thank you for bringing that word. We have two more, though. I think I'll go next. Why not? I'm not strong on my definition game right now, so I think I need to just stall for a bit and get my own word out there. You know, I like being transparent about this. So my word this week is bejabbers.
Bejabbers.
Bejabbers. Dave.
Bejabbers.
That is correct.
Bejabbers.
First off, welcome back. So you get double points this week.
Thanks. Yeah, I'm all caught up on Facebook, by the way. So
151 for all the Pokemon. Fuck you. You just lost them all. So, yeah, that's good. Why don't you go ahead and tell us what you think bejabbers means?
Well, you guys have heard of bedazzling, right?
Yes.
Okay. And you've heard of vajazzling.
Nope.
Okay. Well, bejabbers is like bedazzling Jabba the Hutt's vagina. So it's a personal style choice that he, she, it likes to share with he, she, its sexual partners. Is Jabba, like, I mean, shit, I should know this. I like Star Wars. I mean, I'm all about Salacious Crumb, but, like, I don't know if is Jabba asexual? Like,
Yeah.
I don't know.
Was he turned on by Slave Leia, or did he just do that
thought
for Salacious Crumb? Like, is he just doing that for the rest
All
of
right,
his
we
boys?
need to Google this really quick. Is Jabba the Hutt male or female? That definitely
no.
has an auto...
Is
Put the
Jabba
safe
the
search
Hutt
on.
DTF?
Put the
Just so we're clear, the answer is male.
Apparently, no, I think they're hermaphrodites, the Hutts were.
Ooh.
I mean,
The Huns?
what is a snail? What is a slug? Like, what are magnets?
Does a slug have
So regarded as male, I think.
penis?
Okay.
Anyways,
Doesn't
I do enjoy the fact, Dave, that what you
Keep
did is you
Googling,
took
Ryan.
you brought in two of the things we like to talk about the most and just slammed together with Jabba the Hutt and vaginas.
Yeah, I mean, that's that's very much my life. It's like taking two things that don't necessarily want to be associated together or even in the same room, and just through sheer brute force making that happen. So.
But you're also you're trying to bring beauty to the situation by bedazzling.
I'm trying to bring beauty to a very gross, flappy, pustule-filled orifice. That's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to sparkle it up. The idea is that, like, when you're driving at that, like, 4:54 p.m. in the afternoon, and it's like the sun's kind of glaring in, and you have to put your hand up, and you're like, oh, I can't really see. That's what Jabba's trying to do with this stink hole. He basically wants to just get it all shined up and glistening, and it's like, oh, like, I know there's a fun time happy patch down there. I don't necessarily want to think about what it exactly looks like, but I'm just going to go towards the light and fall in, and then that's like a sarlacc when you're digested for 1,000 years.
So maybe it's sort of like a landing strip that, like, how like airports have like a lit runway.
Yeah, or like a merge left traffic sign that's like on the side
maybe we
of the
need
road.
like a merge. Maybe we need like a merge left sign also down there for Jabba to sort of just
Flagger.
yeah. Maybe a person that's sort of waving you in.
Yeah. I'm sorry, internet.
I mean, we have to be happy that when Luke needed to survive, he didn't have to cut open, or he didn't have to climb into Jabba's vagina.
That was Lucas totally wanted to do that. Like he like totally had that planned out and stuff like that. He's like, but the kids.
Yeah.
How are we gonna explain that one?
Yeah.
You would just sell more toys just to different people.
For some reason, I do have
man.
the sense that people are more grossed out when we talk about Jabba the Hutt's vagina as opposed to, like regular ass ones, I don't know. But I do think that having, maybe like a turn signal or, something that offers a better sense of direction, whether it's for Jabba the Hutt's vagina or for other ones, maybe you have, let's say, a nice way. Okay, so it's really difficult for people to talk about STDs if they have them. But what if you have a little sign down there that says bump,
I'm sorry. Ryan, what the fuck did you put in this Skype chat, and why did I click play on the video?
Oh, well, you guys want to
God.
know if banana slugs apparently have enormous dongs. So just so you know, internet, ravishly.com/2014/04/30
Yep. Spell it all out.
/banana slugs, their huge penises, and completely bonkers mating ritual.
Yeah. You're going to want to put dashes in between those words, by the way.
Oh, right. Okay, should I spell that out?
Yeah, .html.
You also
.html.aspx.
just forgot the HTTP : /
Yeah. No, I mean, I just wanted to illustrate. You guys were wondering. I don't think Java has a vagina. I think he has an enormous.
Well, but in our alternate universe,
An enormous banana slug.
Yeah.
you got to remember,
But it's still
Ryan,
bedazzled.
Word Rango currently for this episode is operating in an alternate universe. We're in an alternate timeline, so I guess it
universe.
works here. But the banana slugs maybe give us a good point of reference. Maybe that's part of it.
That's our what is
Our
that?
cultural touchstone.
No, our fucking top from that fucking memento. No, what the hell is that shit? Like
Pimentos?
Pimentos. Leonardo DiCaprio. He dives in. Inception.
Yeah, Inception. Interception.
top-
Yeah, Ken Watanabe. Yep.
The top that he brings with him. That's
Yeah.
what Jabba's vagina is.
What? No, it's his
No one knows
totem.
how much
His
it weighs
totem.
or what it feels
Totem.
like.
I win
Totem.
trivia.
There you
I
go.
win trivia night. Yay.
There it is.
This is great. And also terrible. Let's get another guess. Ryan, what do you think bejabbers means?
Yeah, we're a business podcast. We're
We
also
are.
an ideas podcast.
We are.
So my kid likes to watch a lot of she'll watch like My Little Ponies or like things that are like remakes of shit that like my sisters watched when they were kids and maybe I did too. Get off of me, Starbright, whatever. I'm wondering why they haven't made like a Tiny Toons / My Little Ponies kind of type cartoon of Alice in Wonderland.
Oh.
But all the characters are friends in that, and they're just hanging out, kind of a thing. So you got Alice.
Ross, you got Chandler.
Right. You could do yeah, of
Rachel.
course. They're hanging out in a cafe.
Yeah,
And
Central
then
Perk.
and then their enemy, in that novel or those novels, I don't know, was the Jabberwocky. But in this version, they just call him Bejabbers, right? And so he comes in.
Bejabbers.
Yeah, and he's basically Chandler's girlfriend, and they're like, oh my god, and he's like, oh Chandler, and he walks in, and that's the Bejabbers in this universe.
God. Yeah.
But yeah, Bejabbers, because I just think of with Bejabbers that I don't think it's so much as a word as like a nickname or something like that you're calling someone whose name is like Jabberwocky or Jab Bush.
Jab Bush. Jab.
I'm trying to think of names with jabs. Help me out, guys.
Jab. Jibba. Jibba. Jab. Jab. Jab.
Jab,
Jab,
like a knockoff version of Jag, the hit military lawyer drama that was on CBS in 1992 through 1997.
Has like a boxing angle to it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm into that.
I never learned how to jab
Bejabbers.
with my left arm.
I actually do think that they would do well to have like a how they have like, what is that show, like there's that Broadway show Wicked, which is like an alternate telling of the Wizard of Oz kind of a thing.
Yeah.
Am I right? I'm right. I'm right. On that.
I do think that maybe doing age-appropriate alternate,
Alice in
retellings,
Wonderland.
not just of Alice in Wonderland, but of different sorts of programming that maybe wouldn't have been age-appropriate before. I think that's an interesting idea in itself. It's sort of like the Kids Bop version of other sorts of media, like, movies and stuff.
Game of Thrones for kids.
Yes, Game of Thrones for kids, I would be totally into. It'd be awesome to know that I could totally watch that and not have to worry about spoilers, killing spoilers.
Can we? I want a variant that's called Gabe of Thrones, but it's like a version of Tetris where you have falling Gabe Newells and you have to like move in the right way where he'll fit and fall onto the Iron Throne.
You know what's funny, Dave, is that that sentence just now just got upvoted like 3,000 times on Reddit.
I like how
much karma, bros. So much
You
karma.
got so much karma. Is what
You
just
chose
happened.
3,000 times. I like how you.
Yeah. That's confirmed. Fuck you guys. Let's move on. We need another guest for Bejabbers, and I think that's Bob Ball, who's gonna say a bunch of stuff and then say Bejabbers at the end. Go ahead, Bob.
Geez, spoilers, man. Talking about it. Uh-oh.
Oh, did the call drop?
No.
No?
Ha! Nope, I was just waiting. Pregnant pause. Bejabbers. That's that. It's actually the plural of the singular, bejabber. And that's the time of day before I've had coffee.
Okay.
And that my only mental function is to speak in coffee-related puns.
You're a real stain on society, Bob.
Well, here, I'll give it a shot.
Please do.
For example, for coffee puns, I used to make coffee at the circus. It was the greatest Joe on earth. Or,
Jesus Christ, Bob.
or it must be great to work at Starbucks. I hear there's a lot of perks.
Oh my
Or it's that's how I feel when there is no coffee. Depresso.
Bob, that was a latte jokes right there.
We're giving you a lot of slack right now.
Oh
Hey,
my God.
I'm living La Vida Mocha.
God damn Jesus.
Hey, this is hot. This is good radio right here, guys.
Yeah, let's just.
But then I have
nuke
my
the
coffee and
podcast.
it all goes away.
We're gonna need to put a cappuccino on it. I guess I don't know. I don't know what to do.
My
with
favorite
you, Bob.
pre-coffee music: Fleetwood Macchiato.
Oh God, it gets worse. Like it just.
Yeah,
You can foam your own way. Foam your own way.
Oh, this show is a real grind.
It's like That's the funniest one.
Well,
And see, Dave hasn't had coffee either.
I do like that we hit certain points where we just get to like, here's the groan, like the 5-minute groaners, like just, oh God, these jokes, But it's important to have these sorts of shitty jokes because, I don't know, I mean, Ryan, I feel like you should be loaded up on, you're a dad. Dad jokes are like an important part of culture,
yeah, I mean, like, it definitely helps that you guys just gave me, like, several years worth of, going out to dinner with my preteen or teenage daughter and the family, and me just, like, embarrassing the shit out of her with the waitress or waiter. Like, just all day long, dude, and I promise you I will be using a lot of those, especially if we go for coffee.
Oh, definitely. Definitely. So I guess thanks for enlightening us on those, Bob.
And that's Bejabber.
Thank you. Good. Yeah, I was
nailed it. All right.
I knew there's something that didn't feel right there. Now I know you're done. All right, Bejabbers. I'll tell you guys what it means. It is another way of saying bejesus. I love the term bejesus. Like, if you fucking knock the bejesus out of someone, something scared the bejesus out of me. Bejabbers is a lighter way, because some people don't want to say bejesus, because, I don't know, maybe it doesn't make them feel comfortable for religious reasons or something. But it's such a fun and funny term and a funny way of saying that something gives you a sort of state of shock or surprise. But Bejabbers sort of lightens that a little bit, while also still sounding fun and funny to say. So again, you could substitute it and say you knocked the bejabbers out of someone and so on.
I always thought bejesus meant like to like physically evict the Holy Ghost from your body. Like you call up Professor Venkman and you're like, hey dude, come on over. I got a wicked case of the Holy Ghost. And he shows up with like a 6-pack and like, a couple pornos because that's the type of guy he is. And it's like, all right, dude, like let's get this going. And you're like, look, man, I don't want to watch porno with you. It's kind of weird. Let's just get to the ghost eviction. He's like, no, I really got to have a pregame. Got to down a couple beers. Watch a couple scenes. Like we'll get going. It turns into this whole ordeal. But yeah, that's what I always thought bejesus was like,
See,
hey, it's I went to like a snake charmer, or I somehow got pushed into a Mormon temple, like you used to push kids in a girl's bathroom in school back in the day. And you're like, oh shit, I just got some wicked Holy Ghost in me. I need to get it out right quick. And that was bejesusing,
If you're having to evict a ghost, you said like ghost eviction, and like when you tie that with bejesus, that really like that's a tough job being a landlord. Get it, Lord? There you go. That was my pun. Yeah, but no, bejesus, no. It's just the informal term though is just is expressing surprise and stuff. But I don't know. Maybe there's probably other origins to bejesus. I don't know that. I just know that bejabbers sort of is the sort of I guess kind of maybe Ryan was the closest in the sense that it's sort of like the more kid-friendly way to say it. I don't know. I guess that works. It's a fun word to say. I hope you guys agree. Just saying bejabbers in itself is pretty great when you can use it in sentences like, I think that works. I don't know. You guys, you into it?
Yeah,
nah,
it's...
Nah.
Oh my God.
just no. Just not at all, no.
Nah.
Fucking hate you all.
coffee pun.
We have one more stupid word this week, and that comes from Bob.
Oh, no, it's not a dumb word. This is from Jason Copland, thanks to Herr Copland on the Twitter space.
Do you get any of your own words anymore?
I outsource everything.
Son of a bitch. What's your word this week?
And by outsource, I mean I have minions everywhere doing my bidding. Oh, I'm back. My word this week is slang whanger.
No, it's not.
Slang whanger.
Oh wow.
Don't
You
believe
and Dave are like in cahoots, man.
when you
Bo
got
Yang,
this
slang.
word. When you got this word, did you check to make sure it's actually a word?
It is actually a word.
Yeah, it's the cinnamon. Is the synonym for this word bed swerver? Because we've already.
Oh, that's right. I love bed swerver.
Yeah.
We've already swerved some beds, yo. I don't know about this.
No. Slang whanger.
Ryan, I think. Do you need to? No. Yeah, spell it. I don't give a fuck.
It's SLANG for sure, and then it's hyphen WANGER.
Exclamation mark.
Interrobang!
Interrobang.
No hyphen, and you forgot an H. It's SLANGWHANGER.
Oh.
Slang whanger. Whang.
Oh, that really has a massive impact for me as far as this word goes.
Whang.
That really does. That does a lot for me.
Ang.
Wow.
Yeah.
Ang.
Ryan, what do you think slang winger means?
This is the very street, the very kind of urban version of like everything that like is cool starts in the streets, right? Like like anything that like has any kind of credence or like any kind of cred, like it's gonna start. That's why it's called street cred. It's not called like sitting on your fucking couch, urban, like eating. I don't know, like
urchins didn't become
rice
cool until they
checks.
were street urchins.
This is true.
Well, I'm confused now. But a slang wanger basically was like before it got really hot during the 80s. It was basically like someone who was doing the verbal equivalent of wang chunging. Basically, they were slang wanging. So like, I don't know exactly what wang chung was doing.
Everybody slang wang tonight.
Exactly, dude. But it was like more like hip hop version of it, kind of a thing. That's what a slang wanger was. It was someone, and then just Wang Chung. He came in and he tried to take that away from him and like have this kind of poppy '80s song. But man, the party on the streets when they're slang wanging was way better than Wang Chunging.
Oh, definitely.
I like how you think Wang Chung is one dude. And it is now, by the way.
Oh,
it
okay.
is just one guy.
He broke up with himself.
Sure.
That all should have been funnier. I'll insert a laugh track here, yeah.
Yeah, can we get a laugh track? I think that would help everything.
Do we own the rights to the sound bite of the Hindenburg going down? Because I feel like that would be the appropriate clip to put in there. It's just a lot of screaming women and like fire.
Oh, the humanity!
Yeah, that stuff. That good stuff.
Maybe we just clip out.
Look at that fire! Somebody get some weenies to roast.
Maybe we just clip out Bob yelling, "Oh, the humanity!" just now, and then use that repeated over and over again. I don't want him to say it multiple times because I don't want to pay him for each time he says it.
Well, can we take just one bit of it, make it really low, like a low track underneath of us, and then stretch that one sentence one time long over the entire episode? So I want it to go for an hour and a half.
I think it might lose its effect. I mean, it's not going to matter anyway. Like, we're recording over this part with like 2 episodes of Law and Order SVU and like 2.5 Men's, right?
Yeah.
Isn't that we talked about in our planning meeting before this podcast?
Yeah. This episode, it's not even that this episode is brought to you by 2.5 Men. It's that this episode of 2.5 Men is brought to you by Word Rango. Like, by clips of Word Rango interspersed,
We need the hits from like fucking CSI New Orleans, man. There's Scott Bakula on. That's what we need to be doing if we really want to get listeners.
Yeah. If we could just clip out like one person's voice for all of their lines and then insert the podcast while they're talking. So it's like a podcast is coming out of their mouth.
I don't know if we're going to get CBS's permission to do that, but
well, I mean, I'm just trying to reinvent the game. There are a million podcasts out there. We're different, and I'm trying to show why we're different, I guess. I don't know. I'm trying to slang wang it a little.
We leave a lot of money on the table, a lot of money. And if you're a young go-getter, a young entrepreneur, then you want to listen to this podcast, take down our ideas, and then do them to make money.
Yeah, it's our ideas.
Sack socks? What do we call them?
Sack socks. I don't know. I mean,
ball caddies. Slang wangers.
Slang wangers, man. Slang wangers is a really. First off, I do love that H in there, but it really makes me realize that H means that the end of the word is hanger. And when you have a slang hanger, it's like a slang hanger. And then when you have a slang hanger, then I guess what? You just have a dude that stands around subways, either the food place or the travel place, and sort of is like...
Wait, what? What subway are you riding in?
It's interchangeable.
Yeah. Subway,
the place
the
where you get the $5 foot long,
or Subway, the subway you travel in, Dave.
You got the guy who's got
Stay
the
with
foot
it.
long.
Yeah, I'm just like, I'm wondering, it's like, hey, what stop should I meet you at? Oh, meet me at food place.
meet me at Subway. Which Subway? I don't know. The one that's going fast? Well, I guess fast food, so I don't... But no, if you got a dude that's just hanging around, that's slanging, that's hanging out his slangs everywhere, like he's just... what do the kids say nowadays? What's some slang? Give me some slang that I can hang.
Bajabbers.
Yeah, so
Projectamenta.
Hey, bajabbers. It's sort of like a little bit of a Rob Schneider kind of thing. Ooh, bajabbers. Go into the Subway. Get some green peppers. Slang a wangin'.
Skinny jeans.
Yeah, sure. So like skinny jeans. So he's just this dude. A slang wanger's a guy that hangs out at subways, nondescript subways. It could be any subway, any type of subway. And he is always commenting on the people that walk in and sort of, yells at him. It's sort of like catcalling, but more annoying, just like trying to get your attention and be your friend. And you're like, you think, okay, I'm going to go to a different subway today because I can't deal with this guy. He's always yelling to me about my beanie hat or whatever. Can't fucking handle him. And then she's there. He's always fucking there. Mm-hmm. And suddenly he's talking to you. Oh, penny loafers, Just this fucking slang wanger is what he is. And maybe it's not just subways. I always think that but I think he's paid by subways, so he probably has to be at subways. But you guys know what I mean? Like one of those annoying...
He's friends with Jared.
Yeah, he's friends with Jared. Jared Fogle. I don't know who... by the way, the year 2024 is when he dies of malnutrition, which is one of the most ironic deaths in the history of humankind. But yeah, a slang wanger. I mean, you know what I mean? Like one of those dudes that's in public. He's by himself. He has to be 100%. He's on his own during his little creepy missions, and it's just like stop trying to be my friend, slang wanger. You know?
I think you're onto something with like, you know, for like corporations that have like these huge organizations with these huge campuses.
Yeah.
I think like in those buildings, like you need to hire a dude to be like a fucking commute heckler. You know, like a guy who's like coming in, you're like, you know, like you're walking in and like maybe
taking the L train.
Yeah, you know, like just kind of get you riled up for the day. Like, wait, who's this douchebag? Like telling me like, oh, you've got like a piece of toilet paper on your face for cut yourself shaving. You know, like just talking shit, and all your coworkers are like looking at you, and you're like, oh man, I got to step up my game. But it's like that work heckler really motivates you for the day, and I think that's going to be like, you know, Microsoft's going to do it. Google's going to be the first to do it.
Google's
right?
always,
you know?
Google will be the first to do it, yeah.
You know who's going to hire those public transit hecklers? Big Automotive.
Oh.
It's like, oh, I can't take this train anymore. I'm going to drive myself to work.
So you're
Bam.
you're pushing your OnStar button, you know, and it's like, where you going? I'll pull up a map for you. Go into Subway. It's like, no, I need to get to work, and this road is shut. Go into Subway. Cold cut trio on the way.
Oh, man. It takes control of your car.
Yeah.
And it just drives you to a Subway and then orders you a cold cut trio.
And you're like,
shit,
oh,
man.
fuck. Well, I mean, I bought it. I may as well pay for it. I may as well eat it, you know? I mean.
Oh, hey, Jared.
Oh, hey, Jared. So, you guys, you know what I mean, right? Have you seen these sorts of people? Everybody's seen these sorts of people where they're always they're by themselves and they just feel the need to talk to or about you, you know, or things they notice about the world. Yeah?
Oh, for sure, yeah. Oh, that's like always like the most awkward thing, like when you're in line checking out at the grocery store and someone just like wants to start chatting it up and you're obviously just wanting to get the shit out of there. You're just buying like rolls of toilet paper.
The express lane. It's always the express lane.
Why does anyone want to talk to me when I'm in line at the grocery store?
I don't know.
I know I've got one of those kind faces with the kind eyes, but guess what? Behind here, a dark, dark soul. Leave me alone.
Oh my god, dude! I actually had that happen to me today. So like, you know, it's pretty fucking good day for Dave Hinkle. I got a coupon for
coming up Millhouse.
Yeah, right. I got a coupon for a free sandwich at the Safeway, right? And here I am, beaming. I'm busting, Jerry. I'm busting because I'm like, it's 2 p.m. 2:30 p.m. I haven't eaten lunch yet. I got a coupon for a free sandwich. I got to go claim this thing. Go down there, get my sandwich made. The lady's like, all right, what do you want? And I'm telling her what to do. It's getting near the end of the sandwich, the part where she's going to wrap it up and get it all prepared for me, nice and ready for me to shove it in my face. And this old lady saddles on up to the side of me, and she's like, you know, hello. And I'm like, oh, hey, how you doing? And, you know, she looks over and she sees the lady make my sandwich, and she cuts it in half, right? And she's like, oh, you tell them to do that too? I like that they do that. It's good. It makes the sandwich a lot easier to eat. And I'm like, lady, you realize they do that for everybody, right? Like, you're not some, you know.
Oh, you're a regular.
Yeah, you're not
it happened like, once, and she thought it was a mistake, and she came in every day. You make sure you cut the sandwich in half.
She's like, you know, those Safeway people, they really go the full nine with the customer service. They cut your sandwich in half. In half. Not in the thirds, not in the fourths, not in the fifths, not in the sixths, not in the sevenths, not in the eighths. I'm just going to keep going until you tell me stop. But no, like, I thought that was so funny. And, you know, I was like, yeah, you know, it's great because it makes it really easy to eat at my desk at work. And she's like, oh, is that what you're doing? And I was like, well, yeah, it's fucking 2:30 in the afternoon. What else am I doing? She's like, well, I went to a restaurant, but my husband didn't go, and he wanted a sandwich, but it was a restaurant, so I couldn't get a sandwich to go. And I'm like, yeah, you know, restaurants are really the worst place to get a sandwich. And, like, you know, I half expect her to, like, get the joke, but she doesn't. And I'm just like, okay, cool. And then she goes on for the story for half an hour, which I won't bother to relay here, but yeah, I don't know. I just thought that was very, very funny.
Most annoying. And see, the problem is that some people can, it sounds like you are at least going to be kind enough to sort of carry part of the conversation, but try and drop some hints to get them to stop. And in my case, I I go for like the passive aggressive route, but not just the saying of passive aggressive things, but I involve other people in my passive aggressive behavior to give them the hint, not just to stop, but that I'm a dick and that they really don't want to talk to me. So like in that case, what I would have said is I would have turned to the person making the sandwich and I would have quietly said, don't cut hers in half. You know, like just like, you know,
there's an extra $5 in this for you if you cut it into sevenths.
Yeah, and just be like, yeah, I hope you fucking choke on that. You know, like just, I mean, you know, because I don't have any patience for it. I don't have any patience for these slang wangers.
You gotta make it awkward. Like Dave, when you said that, like when there's like, oh, they cut it in half for you too, you'd be like, yeah, well, I'm fucking this chick who's making my sandwich or something like that. Like just really go the opposite direction.
Just kind of slide the person making the sandwich a wink, you know, just to let them know, look, you got to be in on this with me. Don't leave me hanging here.
We're lovers.
Yeah,
just for these 5 minutes.
She was like a 55-year-old Mexican lady. It was totally my type. Totally my type.
No, I'm not saying that would like turn her on. I was hoping that maybe like she'd be like, "Oh, that will teach me to talk to random strangers."
Oh no! I mean, I would have said it with the hope that she would have been like, "Oh, really? Are you looking for a third for this tricycle?" And I'm like, "Yeah, you know, like let's get this going."
Because my husband stayed at home, I got this sandwich.
Yeah, I got a whole hour for lunch, so we can knock it out like 2 times.
Would you like to see my bajabber?
Just like unzip my fly and it's just like so bright. She gets an instant tan. She just goes from like pale white to just bronze. We are just terrible people.
We are. We really
three of us are.
So that's my guess for slang wangers. I know I'm right, but someone else has to offer their guess as well. Let's go, Dave.
All right. So, are you guys familiar with the themed party of they call it, and I don't call it this because it's politically incorrect, and you guys know how important being correct in a political sense is to me. But have you ever heard of these theme parties called midget tossing parties?
Oh, what?
Nope.
Yeah, so like you get a bunch of like drunk, angry, frat douches and like people hanging around. They did it on the Howard Stern show a couple times too.
I'm guessing these are people of regular height who are doing this?
Yes, and what they basically do is they play bowling with little people, It's like they sign them up for like 3 hours, put them in pads, and then they see like how far they can toss them, or like, they bowl them down like a slip and slide and try and knock over pins, and, a bunch of high fives, like collars pop up on their own. There's probably a lot of Abercrombie and Fitch going on, a lot of like Bud Light being consumed in a small room. And
no, Bud Light Lime.
Bud Light Limeritas and just Chumbawamba, just getting it in. But yeah, no, I don't condone those types of parties.
Well, listen, if I get knocked down, I might as well just get back up again.
So, God damn it, Bob. But a more appropriate, I think, parties are slang wang parties, which is just grab the nearest Asian and just throw them. Just toss them to see how far you can slang wang.
I mean, is that worse? Is that more racist?
Oh, it's way more racist.
I kind of feel like
that is a hate crime.
I kind of feel like you were like making fun of these people, like, oh, those douches. I know what I'm gonna do.
But see, that's the deepness of my humor,
Dave set himself up to be worse than a whole group of people.
Yeah. It's amazing.
Yeah.
Jokes. Do you guys ever make jokes on this podcast? Is that
I've made a few.
Yeah, when I do it though, I start talking about the Mensa International Organization, and it doesn't go well. So.
You really go for those highbrow jokes.
I do. All right, so
let me just send a text to my wife real quick. Hey, just a note: don't ever meet Dave Hinkle at any parties. Make sure you tell the extended family.
Right.
What if it's a jewelry party, though? I mean, I love throwing jewelry parties.
Yeah, but
we've heard about your vagina.
I'm talking about pajabbers. That's a hell of a jewelry party. You want to come to my pajabber party?
Just poke me on Facebook. Invite me to my pajabber
Just
party.
wear some chaps. Trust me.
Bring the aloe vera. You're gonna need
It's,
it's
Dave,
a
you're
burning
such a
sensation.
special, terrible fucking person. I love
Oh, I'm the worst. I'm the absolute worst.
You're the worst.
It's a wonder anything good ever
I
happens
keep you
in my
around
life.
because you're worse than me, and it's the best.
Oh, yeah.
Ryan, what do you think slang wanger means?
I think it just means what I said it means a while ago.
You didn't
Right?
guess yet, did you?
Everybody wang chung tonight.
Yeah.
Oh,
right?
yeah.
Like, but with slang and in the street.
Yeah,
Oh,
good,
that's right.
good
Yeah,
job,
It's
host.
okay. Mike took a short nap during his definition.
I did.
It's
No,
fine.
actually, I'm not going to lie. This Skype call's cut out a few times.
I may not have heard anything you guys said.
No. I've been trying my best to stay with it, but yeah, that's right. You did say that. Not noteworthy, but hey, you know what? That's fine.
I mean, yeah, no, I'm not going to say that it knocked it out of the park, but I'm also going to say that, I'm not going to have like whole organizations representing ethnic groups calling in the podcast being like, why are you trying to throw my people, man? What's up?
Good. All right. Yeah. Well,
Hey, in Dave's defense, there are like 1.5 billion people in just one country to throw.
Ooh.
Yeah.
You're
Also,
talking about Turkey.
in my defense, I'm incredibly racist.
Yeah. Oh, right.
No, I'm just kidding.
and with that, we're gonna get to our escalator pitches then. Or wait, no.
Would you like
no,
to
we
actually
need
know what
slangwanger.
slangwanger means?
Yeah, that's what I wanted.
Jesus
I don't know. I
Christ,
got
Mike.
myself totally turned around there. No, I
Gotta
got
watch The Voice or something. He's like, let's get off this fucking
I got
phone.
myself completely turned around on that. Yeah, no, Bob, tell me, what does slangwanger mean?
It's like you're just phoning this whole show in.
Oh no, I'm not.
Get it? It's a Skype call.
Oh yeah, no, that's good.
You're welcome. Slangwanger is one who verbally attacks others. Normally like a politician or an editor. It's kind of an older word. It was like in a 1913 Webster's dictionary. But slangwanger, it's one who verbally attacks others.
It's like a muckraker, right?
Like a carpetbagger.
Yeah. Or like a real
A shrine.
urchin.
real Susan Sarandon.
A real Tony Robbins. Wait, what's the guy's name?
It's a real
Roseanne Barr. We're talking about super...
it's a real Michael Stipe. It's a real
Real Jack Kerouac.
It's a real Michael J. Fox. It's
I think we're describing...
a real Michael J. White. It's
it's a
real
real
what?
Iron Chef Michael Simon.
It's a real Iron Chef Mario Batali.
Now I don't even remember what we're talking about now. Are we talking about a slang?
It's a real Iron Chef Bobby Flay.
It's a
God,
real-
why are celebrity chefs such pieces of shit, dude? Like they're all like, just go make your food. We
It's
don't
a
give a
re-
shit that the
it's-
kitchen's got problems.
It's a real Iron Chef Cat Cora.
She seems very nice.
You know
Better
what?
than
Actually,
Nice and
I
Paul.
just thought of the most amazing business. So you guys have seen like Cat House on HBO, right?
Okay.
Nope.
So,
No,
so
but
it's,
yeah.
it's like the Bunny Ranch in Nevada, right? Like they do a reality show about like all the truckers and just like the real slangwangers that come in there and just rent the women for a
Carpetbaggers.
period of time. We should do a business kind of like that, but with celebrity chefs, where you come in and you like rent them for a period of time, and they like yell at you and like trash your food. Like you come in with like a baggie filled with a half-eaten sandwich, and you're like, yeah, judge my sandwich. And then you can kind of just like go in a bar, have a drink with them, they'll throw it in your face. Like it'll be a real money maker. Nope, no, it won't. This is terrible.
It just sounds expensive for like the payout there. You're just like hoping to like have Gordon Ramsay be like, that sandwich is terrible. It's awful. How do you? Yeah. Like I know I made it. Like what? I had to go out the door.
Well, but
go to
I
work.
mean, the real catch, though, Dave, that you didn't mention is that we don't tell people that's what they get out of it. They think they're just getting a meal from Iron Chef Mario Batali. But instead, Iron Chef Mario Batali comes in, takes his Crocs off, and shoves them down their throat and starts screaming at them because they suck at making a tuna casserole, you know?
Oh.
Yeah, I'm really into that, actually.
Yeah, I think that'd be great.
Yeah. I like when we bring in the business opportunities. It is very clearly what we do best, and it is unfortunate we don't capitalize on them more. And as far as slangwangers goes, Bob, I think that this definition almost, it feels like it's this combination of all of the ones we guessed. You know what I mean? I mean, we have.
So
like,
is that all of you voting for my word even before the escalator pitch?
Shit. I can't say that. but it's definitely a front runner for me.
Oh.
I am liking the slang wing right now.
Okay, a little foreshadowing there.
A little bit of foreshadowing. We need a little bit more of that too.
Yeah, there's too much back shadow. We got to get some foreshadow up in there.
Yeah, we do. Ryan photoshopped
We
that.
gotta circumcise that shadow.
We need now we can get to escalator pitches. See, you guys, I know how the show works. Dave, please tell us more about your racist word boyangs.
Was it?
I mean, whether you want to rock an LL Cool J, one pant leg rolled up, one bow yang, or if you want to rock a dual symmetrical bow yang kind of deal. If you want to get a buff yang, put one string around your bicep. There are multiple ways to yang anything really. Like you could just yang a toe. You can yang a buttocks. You can yang a
Can you
throat.
Can you get a buzz yang where you put it around Buzz from Home Alone?
Yeah, sure.
The Buzz that we all know.
Or if you want to track down Buzz Aldrin, maybe dig up his corpse, just tie a string around it, just for some reason. It'll help you remember something later on. You don't know what, but somebody's got to yang these bows, and people have been throwing bows for too long. Yang them up, man. Let's flip the script upside down, turn it on its head, synergize, maximize.
Euthanize.
Recognize.
I was like, recognize.
Euthanize.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you, Ryan, for the assist there.
Ryan with the assist and Ryan with the rejectamenta. Ryan, rejectamenta.
Yeah. Does it sound like Dave is like anytime he says his boyang, he's like asking a question? Boyang?
Boyang?
But also boyang, I'm just giving commentary on your word to stall, but it sounds very like Creole, like boyang.
Boyang.
Rejectamenta. Like I like a word that is something that you can say just to like interrupt someone because you're just tired of listening to them.
Oh.
And this absolutely is that word. Like
Rejectamenta!
You're just setting Bob up,
perfect example.
Yeah.
Which is great. But like your girlfriend, your wife, boyfriend, whatever, comes home from work or just not doing much, but then just comes over to the couch where you're hanging out, and they start telling you about your rejectamenta.
If I could do that would be amazing.
Is there also a face palm involved with that? I feel like that is implied.
Oh yeah, because you got to actually like rejectamenta them, kind of like Dikembe Mutombo.
Mm-hmm. At the summit, rejectamenta. Yeah, no, I mean it's this nice strong word to retaliate, to just cut shit short, and it just means useless stuff, like you're rejected stuff you don't want to deal with, like the story that your girlfriend's going to tell you about, how bad her feet hurt or how much she wants to be loved by you. I mean, come on.
I'm into it. I like it. God, good words, by the way, you guys. Just like I say it. Sometimes I say bad words. Sometimes I usually say a lot of bad words, but in this case, a lot of good words.
Good Jeremy's.
Good work. And another one, I'm proud of my word. You guys seem to never like my words anymore. But bejabbers! I mean, come on. It's holy bejabbers. You don't say bejesus, but you say bejabbers. Maybe you do, have stuff that you guys said about bejabbers that was great. I don't know. I mean, I'm actually really hung up on Dave's balls right now, but
you found yourself in a thicket. You lost in the forest, my friend.
If you bedazzle Jabba the Hutt's vagina, like that's equally getting lost in something too, and you get tripped up in that. It is kind of like it's like the enchanted forest that has no exit. You get inside, you don't know how to get out. You got to bedazzle that shit. Put a U-turn sign in there. There's so much that can be done there to get a better flow of traffic. And
from Dave's balls.
From Dave's balls to Jabba the Hutt's vagina. Bejabber it all. Bejabber everything, really. I love this word.
Sack socks.
Sack socks. Everybody vote for it. Good stuff. Bob, please give us your escalator pitch for slang wanger.
Slang wang-er. Any word that has a sound effect in the middle is a fantastic word. Mm-hmm. Slang wang-er. There you go. Let's vote.
Sounds like
Throw
a
down.
German soccer player.
Dig it. I like it. Good. Dave, you start. You got to pick this week between Rejectamenta, Bejabbers, and Slangwanger.
I'm gonna have to go with Bejabbers as my number one.
Wow.
And
I
then-
guess I did think of that as being more of a Dave word, honestly.
Yeah,
I thought of you.
It's got the double B. You know how I love to double down on these B's.
Especially when they're in a sack.
That's my post-game voice. I like that word a lot. And then I'm going to have to go with slangwanger because, people have been slanging a lot of stuff on the boulevard and not enough Asians. I mean,
Oh my God.
you just got to slang him. You got to get Wang out there, man. He's stuck in his room.
God.
He's depressed.
Stop doing it.
I know. I feel like I'm watching like Breakfast at Tiffany's, like the freaking landlord guy or whatever kind of a thing. I'm like, dude, do we really need that? Why is this?
No, you don't need to. Well,
Someone
thanks.
should stop him now.
Someone stop this man. All right, I'll go next. I have to pick between Bo Yang's Rejectamenta and Slangwanger. I said it before. I love all three of these words. It sucks that I have to only pick two. I could pick three just for fun, just to fuck everything up. But I don't deserve that extra vote the way I think you guys do. So I am going to say my number one... shit, man. Oh, I thought I knew, but now I'm looking at the other ones. I have to say my number one, and I am going to surprise myself and say it's Boyang's. Boyang's, number one
Nice.
for me.
Nice.
My number two, I'm equally surprised at myself. It's Rejectamenta. I just
Whoa.
love the idea of shouting Rejectamenta. I'm into that word. I'm into its definition a lot more. Oh, Slangwanger's so good. It's like that gets honorary mention, I guess, for me. I don't know. Difficult. Ryan, you have to pick now between Boyang's, Bejabbers, and Slangwanger.
Yeah, I mean, these are all like the most like nonsensical sound effect type words.
They
like
are.
Bo-yang, slang wang, jabber jabber. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it just sounds like pure gibberish. But
It does.
they're all also awesome. So to actually break it down, crap, man. I gotta go Slangwanger's number one.
Yeah.
But I can't. It's so weird. Like anytime there's like a W in the middle of the word, like it's like I just want to say Schlangschwangas. Like it needs to be like a German Bedschwerve Schlangschwanger. But yeah. So and the number two. Oh man, it's tough. But I'm gonna go with Bejabbers because it also sounds like a nickname for huge cans.
The Jubbly Bejabbers.
I guess it kind of could be, given the definition and everything of being like, of being shocked or something. I don't know. I mean, I guess that kind of works. All right, Bob, it's down to you. You have to pick between Boyang's, Rejectamenta, and Bejabbers.
The voice of reason, Bob Ball. Secret weapon against Ebola.
Oh, come on.
You said I have 3 votes, right?
No, you have 2.
Yes,
And
you
you
have
have to
three.
pick-
You have 3 votes that you can make twice.
Whoa, 6
So you
votes?
have so you have
we have
6
6
votes,
votes?
but we will also be dividing your votes by 2.
So he has 3 votes.
Yes. Wait.
Dave's not good with math.
You're
You're trying to be clever and you fucked it up. You fucked it up so much. No, Bob, you have to pick
Okay.
between 3 words,
Yeah.
and you have 2 votes.
I'll make this easy. My number 1 word is going to be Rejectamenta.
All right.
You beat me to it. I thought you were going to say your word, and I was going to say my word because it would have been appropriate.
That would have been really
You
good.
went up to my
Okay.
shit.
Can we redo that really quick?
Take 2.
Okay.
I'm going to vote for my own
Reject-
word.
Rejectamenta! See, I wanted to try and beat you now, Ryan.
Rejectament. Oh.
Oh, yeah. I'm picturing Dave now. If we were playing a pickup basketball game, like Ryan just went for the shot, Bob and I dove in front of him, and then Dave came through like a minute later and dove past.
Dave came running out of like the freaking bathroom with like a half a sandwich, like, after he had just banged
Diving
this 55-year-old
across, yeah.
lady from the
And speaking of Mr. Dave Hinkles, I'm going to vote for his word as my number 2, Boyangs.
I hate you so much right now.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I fucking hate you.
Says the voice of chaos.
You do this on purpose, and I hate you for it. So it's a fucking 4-way tie. 4-way?
Oh,
my God.
Hells yeah.
Hey, Dave.
We're supposed
hey, Dave,
to prevent this from
It's a
happening.
4-way.
Bow chicka wow wow.
Well, that's great. Nobody likes ties. Everybody loses. It's not that everybody wins. Bob, we had a great show going, and you fucked it up with that. Mm-hmm. You picked wrong.
Really, that's what fucked it up. It's not my declaration that just tosses certain ethnic groups around.
No, Dave, you're officially off the hook. I may be an apologist right now, but you're off the hook. No, you know what? It could sort of, I guess, everybody wins in the sense that these were all some really, really good words. If we're going to have a week where we all tie, I think this is the week, in terms of the strength of all 4 of these words. I'm feeling it. I'm feeling it. Could this be a top 10 word Rango of all time, as far as weeks go?
It's definitely in the top 56.
It's in the top 56, that's for sure.
Well,
and this is the sort of week where I want people to please write in and tell us what your favorite word was this week, so we can have some sort of tiebreaker. Even if just think of it this way. So few of you do that if one of you does, you could be the word Rango tiebreaker just on the strength of your own vote. That's kind of huge. Bob, if people want to do that, how do they get in touch with us?
If you would like to send us an email, it's wordrango@gmail.com. You can also hit us up on the Twitters at wordrango, or hey, what about Facebook? Facebook.com/wordrango. You should also listen to us on iTunes and Stitcher, folks. Not only because, well, that's where we live, but if you put up an iTunes review, we might actually read it. I would say on the air, but this is actually on the internet. For example, Football in the Groin says, Bob gave me pizza at PAX. He's a saint, and this podcast is epic. Your life has less meaning if you don't subscribe.
That could be you.
I can't say that he's wrong.
That could be
I also can't say that he's right, but I can't say that he's wrong.
Mm-hmm. And if you go to bit.ly/wordrango, that'll take you straight to our iTunes page. You can share that link with other people so that way they can also rate our show 5 stars, leave a review.
They can?
And they can subscribe that way and everything. That's great. If you go to wordrango.com, we also have RSS feeds. I like to bring this up because not everybody has an iPhone, which is baffling to me. But I mean, some of you people have your frickin' Windows Phone devices and stuff, and I get it. It's it freezes up every 5 minutes. But
dude,
yeah,
I saw someone with using that thing in real life, and I was
like a fucking local.
I just patted him on the head, and I gave him a cookie, and then I just pushed him towards
Were
traffic.
you trying to keep a door open and you were really confused, so you took their Nokia Lumia out of their hands and shoved it under the door frame?
Yeah, it was like
Bill Gates.
One of the legs on the table made it wobbly. It was too short, and I was like, "Oh, there we go." And I grabbed their Windows Phone and just jammed it under there.
Thanks for the Lumia, dickhead. Of course I'll just do this. But if you listen to podcasts that way, I guess it works. Sometimes you need an RSS feed to subscribe to it that way. I totally recommend that. You can use Stitcher. Stitcher is great for that as well. And I'm embedding the Stitcher players now on our site and everything too. So if you go to wordrango.com, you can always listen on there. I'm trying to make this as easy and convenient for people as possible. So if you're like, Mike, I don't know how else I can listen to the show. My hands are in the air. It's like, well, first off, how the fuck are you doing it right now? That's amazing. Yeah. But if you need, let me know if there's another way that you prefer. I'm going to try and do it because I want to make it as easy as possible for people to listen to and also to share. So please take a moment.
Let's drive through people's neighborhoods with some giant speakers on top of a car, and then we just blast this show out.
Yeah, I mean, we need to slang wang the show. So, if you have a time, people listening, if you have time this week, slang wang this show to your friends, Is
that you giving another vote to slang wang?
It's not. It definitely isn't because, again, you fucked up the votes, and there's no way in hell I'm letting you win this week, okay?
Chaos.
So that's that. That's another episode of Word Rango. It's great. Please share it. I think we did it. We're done here. We'll be back.
We beat Ebola! Yay!
We'll be back next week with some poorly timed disease-based jokes and 4 more words and their definitions. This has been Word Rango. Slang wang it up, I guess.
Word Rango!